Meanwhile, markets are down after Iran threatened to burn any ships that try to go through the Strait of Hormuz. Let's bring in GasBuddy head of petroleum analysis, Patrick De Haan, for more. Patrick, thanks for coming on. We're already seeing this conflict impacting market and gas prices. So what are you focused on right now?
Yeah, Dan, I'm continuing to watch developments in the Strait of Hormuz, but we're watching a pretty fast and furious increase across the U.S. in terms of gasoline and diesel prices, which now have retaken the $3 a gallon mark and are ticking higher virtually every 5 minutes. The average nationally continues to go up. Right now, we stand at about $3.10 a gallon. We saw our biggest one-day increase in the national average since March 4 of 2022 yesterday. That was when Russia invaded Ukraine. So we don't often see such swift increases again. Yesterday, one of our largest single-day increases in the national average. And unfortunately, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Diesel prices in the wholesale level are up some 70 cents a gallon. That's going to translate into diesel prices that quickly sail beyond the $4 a gallon mark. The national average for diesel could eclipse $4.25 to as much as $4.50 a gallon, potentially reinflating the inflation machine that we saw again back in 2022 during Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So many states seeing major increases. Wisconsin leading those increases. Statewide average there up 35 cents a gallon for gasoline just in the last week.
Roughly 20% of the world's oil passes through the Strait of Hormuz. What happens if this standstill there continues?
Well, it continues to magnify day after day. In fact, it's already backing up to the point where some oil producers, Iraq, saying that they have to shut down oil production because they have nowhere to go with it. That's hugely problematic. That oil production does not necessarily come back online very quickly. So as you see the oil backup now, countries producing oil may have to start throttling back production. And that's terrible news, especially considering OPEC just agreed over the weekend to increase production. The biggest question is, where can you put those barrels if you can't get ships through the Strait of Hormuz either way? That's going to be a problem that continues to grow. I would look for the U.S. administration to very quickly throw eyes in the Strait of Hormuz, potentially to ease the bottleneck of several hundred ships now that are sitting idle. This is a problem that needs to be debottlenecked immediately.
So what can Americans do right now to save money on gas?
Well, the price is going up pretty quickly. It's hard to stay on top of it. Americans are likely to be greeted with higher gas prices in the days ahead, so filling up sooner rather than later may be a good idea, but reducing consumption is probably the other aspect of that. A lot of Americans feel stressed. They run from light to light. Fuel efficiency is now becoming more of a focus, trying to extend the amount of miles you get per gallon. It's a real easy way to boost the amount of miles you get out of every tank. But obviously right now, it's even hard for our app, GasBuddy, to try and stay on top of the ever increasing prices. Sometimes it's been so hard that stations are raising prices, not one, not two, but 3 to 4 different times every day. So it's hard to stay on top of the dramatic rise in prices that we're seeing.
All right, Patrick De Haan, thank you.